Well, guys, congratulations on the movie.
Thank
I'm a huge fan of the TV show, so delighted to see this on the big screen. I guess to start with you, Adrian, if there was almost a sense that you left the party when you were having fun with the TV show, people didn't want it to end. I'm sure you guys didn't want it to end. So was there a bit of, pressure, maybe worry that you'd be able to recreate the magic on the big screen?
Yeah, I think that's the great thing about Entourage and these characters is there's always room for another fun ride, another party, and that's just the nature of what it is. So, yeah, absolutely. Of course, all you need is Vince to just call the boys and be like, it's time to, get the guys back together and come enjoy my wedding party turned divorce party, and let's, start it off again.
Yeah. And for each of you, maybe you could kick off, Jerry. I'm sure over the years, whether you wanted or not, the fans gave you feedback about your characters and what they liked and what they didn't like. So when you were making the movie, what essence from each of your characters did you really want to make sure you were bringing back that the fans loved?
And it's what made the show work all these years was just the loyalty was no matter how good or bad things get for these guys, that they remain loyal friends to each other. Like I didn't want, now that my character is rich or made a lot of money, I didn't want him to still not drive them around. I didn't want the dynamics to change because that really was what I think made it unique was everyone kind of had their role and that would have been a bummer if like all of a sudden my character is like, oh yeah, so I don't even think that was ever in question though. So
if you had a butler.
I didn't really have to like voice that opinion. I think that like Doug Ellen in his mind too never saw it any differently than that. So.
And what was it for each of you guys?
For me, the fans have always really enjoyed Vincent Chase's hair, and I wanted to make sure
Great hair
that
actor.
we had
Best hair actor in the business.
the same hair going forward.
Yeah, I watched a couple episodes from some earlier seasons, and just to get that feel back and find out, remember who Johnny Drama was, and just to get back to the struggles of Drama is great. I love when he struggles because then it makes every time something good happens, it's that much greater for him.
And by the way, Kevin Dillon kills it in the movie.
He does.
Okay. He kills it.
And Kevin, would it be fair to say that Drama's story and his arc, in fact, is probably the more realistic view of a working actor, and that, in fact, maybe his story is the more interesting one?
Well, yeah. There are more actors out there that are like Johnny Drama struggling to get there than there are at the top. He's in the top 5%, top 1% of all actors, Vince. And there's so many actors out there trying. I kind of carry the flag for all these struggling actors who had bad auditions and said, "Oh, I was in an audition. The guy was on his phone the whole time." And so it's fun doing these audition scenes. I have so many actors coming up to me and telling me their horror stories.
I imagine. And lastly, Kevin, I know you've been to Dublin, and you were at the Web Summit, weren't you, last year? Have you been?
I have not, sadly.
Can they get you over?
You're so close,
You
Jer.
absolutely can. Sadly, I have not been anywhere. This is my first time in London. I'm hopefully going to Italy for the first time. I would love nothing more than to go to Dublin. So.
Yeah, maybe do a little golf trip.
Yeah, that sounds
Go
like
to
fun.
Ireland for a little golf trip.
For sure, I'd love to.
We'll hold you to that. Well, thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.
Sadly, all good parties must come to an end.
You're upset.
Upset?
I gave you $100 million. You're 15 million over.